this is Crystal Marshall from Marshall Art Studio Photography. Today we have a question on our website. What is a lens? What is the difference between a prime lens and a kit lens? So that is what we're going to talk about today. Hopefully it'll answer some questions for you, and stay tuned. So first of all, what is a lens? A lens is a way for your camera to see the world. Just like when you wear certain glasses with a certain prescription. Certain glasses do certain things. Contact lenses have a certain prescription. Binoculars see in a different way. Telescope sees in a certain way. So each lens has a different job. Most cameras come with a kit lens, which is basically an 18 to 55 millimeter range, which means, all those numbers mean, that it's a wide angle lens that can zoom to more of a headshot lens, where a prime lens is one that does not zoom at all, and it stays exactly the way where it's supposed to be. So this is my 50 millimeter 1.4. This would zoom to a 55 millimeter. So we're going to compare these two focal lengths today. What is the difference between a kit lens and a prime? Well, not only does the kit lens usually zoom, but the prime lens doesn't, but the kit lens doesn't usually allow as much light to enter your camera. So if you take your lens off and you open up the aperture ring, which is the opening of the lens, you'll be able to see a little light coming in, a little tunnel. Where a 50 millimeter would have a much bigger, prime lens would have a much bigger light tunnel coming in. Look how beautiful that is. Almost double or triple the size of a kit lens. Now, why is that important? It's important because a prime lens can let a lot of beautiful natural light coming in. You don't have to use flash nearly as much. It's sharper, it's quicker, it's faster, and you can get beautiful buttery backgrounds. Where a kit lens is, it's going to shoot pretty decent photos, but it doesn't allow a lot of light in. You need to kind of compensate your photo with flash, which can be harsh, which doesn't really flatter your subject nearly as much. And so I'm going to show you in a couple of sample photos what the difference is in image quality, why you should sell your kit lens and never go back and get either a 35 millimeter prime or a 50 millimeter prime, and why it's important. So stay tuned. Welcome back. As you can see from my sample images, there is a huge difference between a prime lens, one that doesn't zoom but can go down really low on the f-stop, which is the opening of the lens, as opposed to a kit lens where the opening is okay. But what did I learn? Well, one, I learned a kit lens isn't as good as capturing motion. I had my kids throwing leaves, I had them swinging, and because it doesn't allow a lot of light in, the shutter speed had to be lower to allow light in. Where my super fast prime lens, it could be down to 1.8 f-stop, which is a huge opening, but the shutter speed could be 2,500 of a second, which is huge. It could just stop the leaves. It could stop my kids on the slide. Like, it was just freezing the motion. It was amazing. Two, what did I learn? Two, a kit lens is not very good at having a creamy, buttery background. Where a prime lens, that's what it's known for. That's what we want. It really makes your subject pop out of the background, which is awesome because when you're in kind of a interesting situation, you have trash cans in the background, you have people at the beach, it's imperative to have a creamy, buttery background. That way your photos look more professional. And the third thing I learned is it's lighter weight. Even though I had to physically move my body to zoom with a prime lens because it does not zoom, this one was a little heavy on me. When you get to upper grade pro zooms, they're significantly heavy. So So a prime is faster, sharper, can have a more buttery background, and can capture motion very quickly. So if you're debating whether to get a kit lens or prime lens, always go for the prime lens, sell your kit lens, and you'll never go back. This is Crystal Marshall from Marshall Studio Photography. I hope that was informational for you, and stay tuned.